day 2 of Mrs. Wargo's pacing and mini lessons. So our first lesson we're going to start with for day 2 is ELA, which stands for English Language Arts, which encompasses grammar and any kind of reading skills. So we're going to start there. The first one is punctuation marks. Okay, so the first part of this lesson is talking about punctuation marks and when to use them. And we're talking specifically about commas. So today we're going to be talking about the comma and how to use it, which we have spent a lot of time so far this year working on how to put commas correctly into a date. So today is Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. So when we are doing that, I wrote Tuesday. So when we are doing a date like this, if you remember, we put Tuesday, comma, April 28th, comma, 2020. So we are separating the date, the day, and the month, and we are separating the number date and the number year, because otherwise that gets confusing. So when we're looking at a date, that is what we are going to be using to separate the comma. Okay, so now if I was looking at this like it were a sentence, today is April 28th, 2020. Okay, so we're gonna look at it like this. Today is April 28th. Remember, we put that comma in there to separate the date number and the year number, because otherwise that gets very confusing. Now we talked about this is a sentence. So a sentence needs something at the end of it, and this is just a statement, so we need a period at the end of our sentence. Okay, so we also use commas in a series when you are making a list. And I know you have seen something very similar to this on the board at school. We've talked about this. This is not anything new. This is all review. This sentence says, I love llamas, cats, dogs, and ducks. So I need to separate each of the items in my list. I love llamas, comma, cats, comma, dogs, comma, and ducks. Now this is a sentence, so something needs to come at the end of it. I'm just making a statement, though I do love llamas, cats, dogs, and ducks. I'm just making a statement, so I need to have my punctuation at the end of that sentence. So when you are looking at a series, you are putting a comma in between each of the items that you have. Okay, every once in a while they like to kind of trick you with this too. These are talking about types of shoes. I wear dress shoes, flip-flops, sneakers, and boots. Okay, boys and girls, notice dress shoes that's one type of shoes. So even though there's two words there, we're not going to separate those two words because dress shoes is one type of shoe. So I wear dress shoes, comma, flip-flops, same thing. Flip-flops, one type of shoe. So I don't put a comma between flip and flops. I put a comma after flip-flops. Sneakers, comma, and boots. Now remember, this is a sentence, so what needs to come at the end of the sentence? Punctuation. Okay, so remember that dress shoes and flip-flops are just one type of shoe, even though it might have two words with it. Okay, I have our 3 types of punctuation we have here, question mark, period, and exclamation point. So I have my 3 sentences that I made, and I'm going to see if we can match them up. The first one says, I need a new board. See my board here? This is my board. It's Maylee's, Melissa, and Doug board with squiggles all over it. I need a new one. Don't hit the cat. And more likely, I've been saying don't pick up the cat to Maylee. And the last one, what do you need? Okay, so I'm going to see which ones I should match up with which one. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we know, let's look at this word right here. This is a question word. What? What do you need? So it's a question word, so it's going to connect to the question mark. Okay. Let's look here. We have I need a new board and don't hit the cat. Which one of those do you think has the most expression? Yeah, don't hit the cat. Yeah, that one would need an exclamation point. And I need a new board would just be a statement that I'm saying, which is a period. So these are our types of sentences and our punctuation